In this video, we will be studying about the discrete and continuous distribution. So first distribution, let us study about the binomial distribution. See, discrete and continuous. Discrete in the sense what? The variables will be changing the values at certain fixed amount of time. At some intervals, they will be changing. Not always. So opposite of this discrete is continuous. Continuous means the variable value will be keeping on changing at every point of time. So that is called as continuous distribution. So first we will be studying about the binomial distribution. What does binomial distribution say? It says that it denotes the number of successes in n Bernoulli trials. So what are Bernoulli trials? Bernoulli trials will indicate some experiments which will be resulting in success or a failure. If it is a success, it is denoted by a value 1, and if it is a failure, it is denoted by a value 0. So collection of all these experiments together will form the Bernoulli trials. So the number of successes in the n Bernoulli trials is denoted by the binomial distribution. See, total we are doing trials means experiments, okay. So total we are doing experiment of n number of trials will be done. Out of n number of trials, there will be x successes, okay. So when there will be x successes, then how many will be failure? N minus x, okay. So this is the description of the binomial distribution. So in the binomial distribution P of x, that is probability of x, is given as nx p raised to x q raised to n minus x, where the value of x varies between 0 to n. What is this p and what is this q? P is the probability of success, q is the probability of failure, okay. If the value of p or q anyone is given, we can find the other. What is q here? It is a probability of failure. How you can find out? Q is equal to 1 minus p. Why we are taking 1 here? Because the total range of the probability lies between 0 to 1. So total value is 1 here. So 1 minus p will give you the probability for the failure. And here the expectance value or the mean is given by E of x is equal to n into p, and V of x is given by npq. So this, having understood this one, let us go for solving an example. So here they have given an example that a production process manufactures computer chips on average at 2% non-conforming. Means the probability of success here is given as 2%, that is nothing but p. P is equal to 2 divided by 100. 2% means 2 divided by 100, that is 0.02. So the probability of success rate is 0.02. Hence what is the probability of a failure? That is 1 minus p. 1 minus p means 1 minus 0.02, that is nothing but 0.98. Next, every day random samples of 50 is taken. How many random cycles? Every day 50, means n is equal to 50. So n is equal to 50 is taken for the process. If the sampling obtains more than 2 non-conforming chips, the process will be stopped. Means if more than 2% defect is obtained, then that sampling process will be stopped. So what they are asking you, compute the probability that the process is stopped. More than, when the process will be stopped? The process will be stopped when more than 2 non-conforming chips have been found out. Means more than 2 means what? 3, 4, 5 up to infinity. So we have to find the probability of x greater than 2, more than 2. When the sampling process is stopped, they are saying that compute the probability when the sampling process is stopped. When it will be stopped? It will be stopped when more than 2 non-conforming chips. More than 2 means x should be greater than 2. How can you find probability of x greater than 2? X greater than 2 means what? Probability of 3, p of 3, p of 4, p of 5 up to p of infinity. That is impossible, is it not? So for that what we are going to do here is, we are going to find out the probability of x which is less than or equal to 2. Then subtract that from 1, because probability, see this is the probability of failure, then what will be probability of success? Then 1 minus this one. See here I have told, no, if p is the probability, its failure is given by 1 minus p, that is q we are going to get. In the same way, If this is a failure, what will be probability of success? 1 minus P of x less than or equal to 2. Less than, see why I am going for this step, because this step is finding is impossible. X greater than 2 means it will take up to infinity, probability of infinity. So to change that, we are going for probability of x less than 2. Less than 2 means P of 0 plus P of 1 plus P of 2. Only 3 probabilities we have to find and add them, subtract from 1. So this is how we can find out. Then we are having the formula for P of x here. See, for P of x we are having nx, means this is nothing but it denotes ncx. ncx means what? N factorial, n minus x factorial into x factorial. ncx, p raised to x, q raised to n minus x. That formula we are using here. P of x less than or equal to 2. I told you P of 0 plus P of 1 plus P of 2. So summation of x value varying from 0 to 2, nx, p raised to x and q raised to n minus x here. So that values have been substituted here. N value is 50, x as it is, p value is 0.02, x as it is, q value is 0.98, n is 50 minus x. Now first let us find the probability. This is what? Summation of x is equal to 0 to 2 means p of x equal to 0 plus p of x equal to 1 plus p of x equals to 2 here. Substitute the value of x at 0 first. So nc0, that is 50c0, 0.02 raised to x, that is 0, 0.098, 50 minus x, that is 0. When x is 0, same thing I have done when x is 1, same thing I have done when x is 2. Then we are going to add this. After adding, we are going to get 0.92. Don't think this itself is the answer. Still we are having, what is the actual process to be done? Actual process is 1 minus p of x less than or equal to 2. So now p of x less than or equal to 2 I have got here, that is nothing but 0.2. Then I am going to subtract 1 minus p of x p of x less than or equal to 2, that is 0.08. So there is 0.08 means it is how much? 8%. 8% chances that the more than 2 non-conforming chips will be produced and the sampling process will be stopped. So this is the probability. Suppose if they are asking you to find the mean and the variance, then substitute this here. So we are having the formula for mean, np for, and np x for variance. So that is what we have substituted here and found out the answer. So this is about the binomial distribution. So next we will be going for the geometric distribution. Now in the geometric distribution, what does geometric distribution tell us? It tells us the first success among n Bernoulli trials. Suppose we are doing trial number 1 T1, it is a failure. Trial 2, it is again a failure. Trial 3, failure. Trial 4, this is a success. So geometric distribution tells us first success among n Bernoulli trials. So this is the geometric distribution. So geometric distribution, see in the exam they may tell you find the first success for the given details. That time you are going to use a formula of geometric distribution. Directly they may give, sometimes use the geometric distribution, or they may say that you find the first success rate for n Bernoulli trials. So in that case, p of x is given by q raised to x minus 1 into p, then its mean and its variance is given by this one. So what is p? Success probability. What is q? Failure probability. So this is what we are going to use in our formula. Followed by the negative binomial distribution. So now previously we have seen that geometric distribution will give the first success, but negative binomial distribution will give the kth success of nth trials. For example, T1 is a failure, T2 is a success, T3 is a failure, T4 is a success and T5 is a success. So it gives me the kth success. They may ask you find the third success among n Bernoulli trials. So these are n Bernoulli trials. All these are n Bernoulli trials. Third success. So this is my third success. So this is got in this negative binomial distribution. So negative binomial distribution will is given by y minus 1 k minus 1, that is y minus 1 c k minus 1 NCR. It is of the form NCR q raised to y minus k p raised to k. P is again the probability of success and this is probability of failure. Let us see two example, one each. First one is they are saying you to find the first accepted is third inspected. Means what they are doing here is they are inspecting in this problem they are inspecting the printers. Okay, if the printer is not working correctly, they are rejecting the printers. But what they are saying here, find the probability that the first accepted printer is the third one inspected. First accept, see T1, T2 and T3. 3 are there. So this is a success. These all are the failures. According to this question, find the probability that first accepted printer is the third one inspected. For third trial, I have to get the first success. First success is indicated by what? It is indicated by a geometric distribution. So what is the geometric distribution formula? We have seen here, geometric distribution formula is given by p into q raised to x minus 1. So that is what we are having here now. Value of p and value of q they have already given in the question. So applying the geometric distribution, see, for x is equal to 3 here. Third accepted. So for x is equal to 3. This is a formula, substitute the values and you are going to get this answer, that is 0.96. Next problem, determine the third printer inspected is the second acceptable printer. So what they are saying here, third printer expected, see here T1, T2 and T3. First one failure, success, success. Determine the third printer inspected. Third printer T3 inspected is the second acceptable. See, this one is first acceptable, first success. This is telling you the second success, kth success. So we are going to use here what? Negative binomial distribution. Negative binomial distribution is given by this formula. So substitute the values here, y is equal to 3. Third printer inspected. Third printer means y is equal to 3 is the second acceptable, kth success. Success is second here. So substitute the values in this formula and find out the answer. So this you are going to use using the binomial distribution. So hope all of you are understanding the problems. They are very simple. So next we are going to study about the binomial distribution, Poisson distribution. So Poisson distribution, directly p of x formula they are giving, e raised to minus alpha, alpha raised to x divided by x factorial. X is a variable, discrete random variable here. Alpha is the some constant and e value you are going to get directly some constant value here. So p of x is equal to e raised to x, e raised to minus alpha, alpha raised to x divided by x factorial. This is e raised to x is e of x means mean is given by alpha and its value of variance and value of mean both are same, that is alpha. Then what we are going, f of x means it is a CDF. CDF means cumulative distribution function. Cumulative means what? Summation. So now here in the previous we have seen there summation of x is equal to 0 to 2 means p of 0 plus p of 1 plus p of, cumulatively we are adding. So this type is called as the cumulative distribution function. Capital F of x will give you the cumulative distribution function. So that is given by, for discrete it will be summation. For we are studying discrete distributions. So for discrete distributions CDF will be a summation. For continuous distribution it will be integration. Okay. So here it is summation. For continuous distribution, it will be a integration. This is given by e raised to minus alpha, alpha raised to I divided by I factorial. So according to the Poisson distribution here, let us solve one problem. They are saying that a computer repair person is beeped each time there is a call for service. Means they are ringing a bell to call a repair person when someone comes for the service. Each time there is a call for service, beep is made. Next, the number of beeps per hour is known to occur in accordance with the Poisson distribution. So the number of beeps made per hour is known to occur in the Poisson distribution. It will tell that you have to use the formula of Poisson distribution with the mean of alpha is equal to 2. Alpha value 2 they have given. Find the probability that 3 beeps in the next hour are done. They are saying to find the probability of 3 beeps. So here x is equal to 3 here. So p of 3 here, x is equal to, they are saying here 3 beeps. So p of 3 e raised to minus alpha, alpha raised to x divided by x factorial. E raised to minus alpha, that is minus 2 here. E raised to minus alpha means minus 2 into alpha raised to x, that is 2 raised to 3 divided by 3 factorial, these values, and we are going to get this answer. This is a straightforward question. Okay, so the same thing can be asked like this here. So find the probability of 2 or more beeps in 1 hour. 2 or more means what? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 up to infinity. Can you find that? No. In the previous thing we have seen how to do that. For 2 or more, what we are going to do? 1 minus, that is probability of 0. 2 or more means 0 and 1. Only these two are left. Then 2 or more. Next. Is it not? Only 1, 2 are left here. 0 and 1. Only these two are left. 2 or more they are asking. So what you are going to do? 1 minus p of 0 minus p of 1. So p, this is what they are saying, 1 minus f of 1. What is this f? This capital F is nothing but the cumulative distribution here. Okay, so cumulative distribution they are going to find out. So cumulative distribution f of n is given by what? So it is given by f of x is given by e raised to minus alpha, alpha raised to I divided by I factorial. So now here what they are taking, summation of f of 1 means, that is summation of x is equal to 0 up to 1 e raised to minus alpha, alpha raised to I divided by I factorial. So now x equal to 0 to 1. First put the value of x as 0. E raised to minus alpha means alpha value is given as 2. E raised to minus 2. Alpha raised to I. First I is equal to 0. Alpha raised to 0 divided by 0 factorial plus e raised to, put I is equal to 1 now. E raised to minus 2. 2 raised to 1 divided by 1 factorial. Alpha raised to 0 means 1. 0 factorial means 1. So e raised to minus 2 plus e raised to minus 2 into 2 raised to 1 is 2, 1 factorial is 1. So the value of e raised to minus 2 plus 2 into e raised to minus 2 is given by 0.406. So 1 minus 0.406 is equal to this answer you are going to get. When they are saying 2 or more beeps, 2 or more beeps means 1 minus p of 0 and p of 1. So p of 0, p of 1, this is adding cumulative, is it not? So we are adding it, so that directly can be taken as f of 1. So this is how you are going to solve the discrete distributions.